you want a weapon that deals an insane amount of damage while literally having the best durability in the entire game? And I know that sounds way too good to be true, but you can actually get it. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to obtain this weapon, repair it, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So the weapon I'm talking about is the Lightscale Trident. It has a durability of 70 and an attack power of 22, but we can actually bump that up to 154. That's a ton of damage, and like I said before, this weapon also has the best durability in the entire game. And that's a great combo. So let me first show you where and how you can craft this weapon. Because it's a legendary weapon, you can't just find it on the floor, you actually have to craft it. And to do that, you want to head over to Zora's domain. Once you're here, you can go to the shop on the right and talk to Dento. If you speak to him after completing the water temple, he'll talk about a Lightscale Trident, and you can get it for 5 flint, 3 diamonds, and 1 Zora spear. And chances are you probably don't have all these items, so here are some spots where you can get them. The flint is very easy to get because all you need to do is go into any cave and break an ore deposit. Break an ore deposit.
Bruh.
What? Break an ore deposit. There we go. And there's a very high chance that I'll drop flint. Diamonds can be very hard to find, but I think I got a pretty good way of getting them. And all you have to do is kill a few stone taluses, so here are some spots where you can find them. One can be found at the Guccini Plain, which is right next to the Highland Stable, and it's going to be just north of Heron Lake. And there's another one south of Highland Stable, so it's very close to the last one. And the last one is south of the Gerudo Canyon Skyview Tower, right on the Spectacle Rock. And if stone taluses are hard for you to kill, here are some tips that might help you. And once you know how to kill one of these, it's actually pretty simple. So the first step is to shoot his weak point, which is the black rock. That'll stun him so you can climb on top and hit the rock more. If you can't kill him in time, then he'll just get knocked off, and then you have to repeat the process. Also, when he dies, the gems tend to shoot out in different directions, and it makes it very hard to find. So what you can actually do is switch to Ultra Hand, and it'll make it much easier to find the gems. From killing just 1 stone talus, I got 2 diamonds. So if you kill all 3 of these stone taluses, then you should have more than enough. And lastly, the Zora Spear. I'd recommend traveling to the Upland Zorana Skyview Tower for this. From here, you can easily get to all the Zora Spear locations. The first spot is right here, underneath the rock that's sticking out of the mountain. And all you gotta do is kill the enemy that's holding the Zora Spear. And the final location is right here, in the Upland Zorana. I already killed all of them, but there should be an enemy right here holding a Zora Spear. Now that you have all the items, you can return to Dento and craft the Lightscale Trident. But there's still one more thing that we have to do. So as you can see, the Lightscale Trident only does 22 damage, which is not very good. But the cool thing about Zora weapons is if you get wet, it doubles the damage. And it's not that hard to get wet, because you can use Titan's ability to make you wet for a very long time. So that means if we attach a silver Lynel saber horn to our weapon, which I'm also going to show you how to get, it'll deal 77 damage. And if you get wet, it'll double the damage. So 77 times 2 is, let me get my calculator, 154. Now that is a good weapon. Now let me show you how you can get the silver Lynel saber horn. So to get one, you need to kill a silver Lynel. You can tell it's a silver Lynel because of the coloring and also the long horn it has on the right of his head. So here are some locations where you can find a silver Lynel. One's at the bottom of the map, next to Highland Stable. The next one's in the Heber region, next to Rito Village. And the final one is at Lynel Heights. So a lot of people know that if you give an octorok a legendary weapon, unlike all the other weapons, it actually won't repair it. But that's not entirely true, because there's a technique that lets you repair any legendary weapon, including the Lightscale Trident. So that means if your weapon is about to break, you can actually repair it for the low price of 40 rupees. So to do this, you first need to travel to the Break Apart shop, which is located in Terrytown. So what we're gonna do here is break apart our weapon for 20 rupees. And does anybody else think this sounds like he's taking out his tooth? But that's way off the topic. Now just take your Lightscale Trident and attach it to any weapon in your inventory. Just make sure that weapon doesn't have any attachments on it, and make sure it's not legendary. And what I mean by legendary is basically any weapon that you can craft. So it should look similar to this. Now head over to an octorok, which can be found in the Eldin Region. Once you're next to one, you can drop your weapon. It should sparkle when he sucks it in, and then he'll spit it back out at you. Grab your weapon and return it to the Break Apart shop. Then break apart your weapon for 20 rupees. Ouch. After that, reattach your silver Lynel saber horn to your weapon. And now your weapon is repaired. It's sort of a long process, but I think it's worth it. And now you know how to get what I think is the best weapon in the entire game. If you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe because I'm so close to 500 subscribers. Also, comment down below what your favorite weapon in Tears of the Kingdom is. But with that said, have a great day and I will see you in the next one.